Okay.
We're on? Okay, well, good morning, Hal.
Good
morning, everybody who's watching online. It's just me and Hal today, and this is what we've seen when May and June and July comes. You know, the weather is nice, and families have a lot of outings and graduations and things to do, so we have less people coming. But today the weather is very, very nice, and I don't think there's any rain today, right?
There was some this morning.
Yeah.
And we had severe thunderstorms last night, so
Yeah.
hopefully it will be a good day today.
Yeah, it will be a good day today. Anyway, the topic that I chose for today is self-compassion. We haven't really talked about this topic in a while. It seems like we do it once a year, but I think today it's a good day to talk about self-compassion. So what is compassion?
Well, I think it's tied to empathy. It's understanding, trying to understand what's going on inside certain set of circumstances.
Yeah.
If it's for a person, it's trying to understand that person's frame of reference and why they're acting a certain way.
Yeah.
And then having love coupled with understanding, I think, yields compassion. So compassion doesn't necessarily mean that you agree with what that person is doing, but at least it gives you a foothold into understanding and caring for that person.
Yeah, so compassion is a combination of understanding and action. You can have compassion for someone through feelings, understanding what the other person is going through. But if you just think about it and you don't have any action to express that compassion towards that person, then it's not full compassion, right? Compassion is like you understand what the other person is going through and why that person is suffering, or why that person is going through certain circumstances, and then you want to help. You have the drive to want to help that person to reduce suffering, to suffer less. So there is action in that compassion. But we oftentimes think about other people, and we think about the world and the suffering of the world a lot, and we want to help, right? Naturally, we want to help. And we do that a lot of the time, but we don't do the same for ourselves. So that's why, today's topic is about self-compassion, having compassion for ourselves. Now, having compassion for ourselves does not mean selfishness, because if you build up self-compassion for yourself, you will end up having more to give. If you don't have self-compassion for yourself, you may reach a point where you give out to a lot and you don't cultivate in here to fill up your tank to continue to give. And then you feel like sometimes you feel so stressed out because you try too much. You try a lot to do for other people, and then you get into the situation where you feel stressed out, and then
exhausted.
You get exhausted, and then you feel resentful sometimes. Resentment can set in. and then your compassion goes down for other people. Your compassion will go down. But if you have self-compassion, that means that you're taking care of yourself. You love yourself in a way that will enable you to do more for others. Sometimes you think that, oh, you know, I don't need that. For example, you buy me flowers, and I keep telling you, don't buy me flowers. Use that money to help somebody else. But sometimes it feels good to be, you know, to be loved, to be cared for, and I just feel like you know, when you accept that,
especially when you're under stress.
Yeah, when I'm under stress, but if we put ourselves in other people's positions and accept, you know, whatever gift they give to you, and appreciate that, that is kind of an act of self-compassion right there, because you allow yourself to accept gift and accept love and accept care from other people. And I think I lack that. I do a lot for other people, but I just don't take care of myself, and oftentimes I refuse to take, you know, from others too. But when I think about, you know, when someone else do something for me, I should really accept that with, you know, open heart, with gratitude, and it's like allowing other people to express compassion towards me. Yeah. But self-compassion is very much needed in our lives.
So self-compassion is tied to self-acceptance, self-forgiveness. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, self-compassion is cultivating the understanding of your own suffering and how to help yourself to reduce your own suffering. Just like you are having compassion to other people, you have the understanding of what other people are going through, and you try to help them. It's the same for you. You try to understand, you know, your own suffering, why you suffer, and how you can help yourself to suffer less. And to have compassion is to have understanding, but before that step, in order to have the understanding of why someone suffers, or why you suffer, the first step is to have awareness. Awareness always is the first step, because without awareness, then it's really hard to take the next step. That is insight, right? So self-compassion is not it. Self-compassion also has some components of relationship between you and others too. Self-compassion doesn't mean that you isolate yourself. Self-compassion means that you have to connect to other people in order to express that self-compassion. Hi, Luz. Like I said, an example is, you know, you giving me gift, and I am accepting it. So Luz, so today we're talking about self-compassion. Self-compassion. I think we talk about this topic about once a year or so. Okay. But it's an important topic when we talk about reducing suffering. It seems like this year's theme for me is how to reduce suffering. And if you know how to reduce suffering, you suffer less. But when you talk about compassion, and we give out compassion a lot, but we don't give ourselves compassion. Yeah. And so when we give out compassion to other people, we try to understand how the other people, how and why they are suffering. We try to understand why they are suffering, and how is it that they come to suffer, and then we try to help. There is always that component of help. Because compassion is just not about thinking in our head and feeling sorry for someone. Yeah. There is always an act of willing to help, doing something to help. That's the only way to express your compassion to others. Because, when you think in your head and you understand why they're suffering, they don't know. They don't know that you are having compassionate thoughts towards them. But if you do something, you express your compassion through action, then they can receive it, and they see that compassion in you. So compassion is not just about having the understanding, the thoughts in your mind, but always it's action is needed.
So like compassion without action is indifference. Is that right?
To me, what I think is that
so you can be compassionate about a situation or a person, but
you can have you're not indifferent. It's just not complete, because I think the definition of compassion is to have the understanding of why what another person suffers and wanting to help that person to suffer less. There is that component of wanting to help. So if you have a compassionate thought in your mind and you don't have that drive to want to help or do something to help, it's not complete. It's not complete. You still have compassion for that person in your mind, but you have not acted upon that yet. So to have full compassion for somebody, not only that you have compassionate thoughts and feelings, you express it through action as well. And self-compassion is the same. Self-compassion is, first of all, you have to have the awareness of why you're suffering. Understanding your suffering. Because I think everybody suffers one way or another, and the extent or the severity of your suffering varies. It could be a little or it could be a lot, but everybody will have some suffering at some point. At some point in our life, there will be some suffering that we are going through, and self-compassion is about understanding why we suffer. And do we suffer a lot? Do we suffer a little? And what can we do to help ourselves to suffer less? So there is that action component of it. Not just understand why we suffer, but we do things to help us to suffer less. And that completes self-compassion. And self-compassion is very different from selfishness or self-esteem. Having self-esteem is very different from having self-compassion. Self-esteem is like having a value, right? If a person has low self-esteem, then that person thinks that she or he is not valuable or not successful. So there is a condition to that. I'm not successful and therefore I have low self-esteem. Whereas having self-compassion doesn't require anything like that. You don't have to be rich to be successful in your career, or, or you know, to be out there and to be known, to have self-compassion. But self-esteem is different. So, self-compassion to me is just a lot of self-love, self-care, self-awareness, and wanting to help ourselves to suffer less without condition, right?
In order to have self-compassion, before that you have to have self-love.
Yeah. Yep, self-love. So awareness and self-love. You love yourself. Yeah, so compassion is a bit deeper than self-love, I think. You have to have love in order to have compassion, but compassion, you have a lot of other things in that part. So there's a part of self-love, and then there's a part of self-compassion. And to me, self-compassion is a bigger part that requires not just self-love.
Yeah, so like maybe self-love is remembering not to do things that harm you, like jump off of a high bridge or run into traffic or things like that. So, the need to preserve one's life is self-love, I think. And then, self-compassion is more about dialogue, understand why do I do the things I do, and all have our realities, and we resolve to work on those realities, and self-compassion gives us the latitude to do that. Gives us the patience, the goal setting.
Yeah. To me, I think self-love is like at the lower level spiritually compared to self-compassion. Yeah, so it's there, and I mean, a lot of people can practice self-love. They care for themselves. They go and have a massage. They go and have to a concert to feel good. They give themselves a lot of love. A lot of pampering. But self-compassion is a lot more than that. You don't have to give yourself those things to have self-compassion. So it doesn't rely on things or condition. You don't have to go to a concert to have compassion for yourself or love for yourself. It's
just more into the spiritual world.
It's more at the higher level of self-love. If you look, a lot of people out there are doing self-love, right? They're doing things to take care of themselves. They really, take care of themselves. They love themselves. And that, like I said, I mentioned in the other session a few weeks ago, is that there is always a fine line between self-love and selfishness. There is a very fine line.
So what's the difference?
And then, so you have self-love and then self-compassion. You build up self-compassion, then you have more to give to others. But if you step from self-love to selfishness, suddenly you have less to give to others. You see that one? You see, when a person who's selfish doesn't give much. But the person who's compassionate can give a lot. So that is where awareness comes in. We really have to have really high awareness to know that fine line and not to step over it, not to go from self-love to selfishness. and to allow ourselves to go from self-love to self-compassion. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand that it's to a different level.
Yeah.
Probably takes a lot of awareness.
Yeah.
Deeply into your heart and your mind.
Yes.
And align them all to be able to feel that.
Yes.
And for sure practice it.
Yeah.
Because
You have to practice action, right? There has to be action.
Yeah. Or knowledge without action.
Yeah.
It's nothing. It disappears.
Yeah.
Action
Yeah.
is giving.
Yes.
Takes energy to give. And,
Yeah.
And in a situation where you're not wanting to give,
Yeah.
you'll be selfish, right?
Right.
You'll be
Yeah.
not compassionate, it would be selfishness. But if you are in tune with the need, whether it's for yourself or for somebody else, then it's not an effort. You want to exert the energy to help.
Yeah.
Through meditation, all this, I have learned a lot how much we need to work on ourselves. How much we need to realize ourselves and get to know.
Right.
Because I feel like now I'm just getting to know.
Yeah.
More.
Yeah. It's self-discovery.
Self-discovery.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Because I never experienced that before. You just do things because you went to church, they teach you how to do it, or how to act, or how to be kind, or parents. It's much like a school.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I'm training myself to be that person.
Yes. Yeah. So you learn the theory, but now you have to put it into action.
I think I have always put it into action. It was just like automatic, you know? Oh yeah, I learned this. I'm gonna do it.
Yes.
But I never thought about it, how it goes from the inside to the outside.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's hard to be compassionate with people. It's yeah, and that's probably the toughest challenge. Is another person that.
But I think in any faith, we are taught to be compassionate to everybody.
Oh yeah.
Everybody, no matter what, right? So it's love your neighbor like loving yourself or something like that in your Christian faith. Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
It is hard because sometimes you don't even understand why you don't like that person, or you know why you like them.
Yes.
And then just let go of that feeling when it comes a lot of wisdom and knowledge.
Yeah. So it's like you said, we have to constantly exploring what we are doing, what you're thinking, and making the right decision always, right? It's a lot of work, and to be honest, when I don't practice, then it's very easy to go back to the automatic human reaction. Very easy. But sometimes we have to go above that cultural thing, right? And so I'm going through that right now with my son's wedding, for example. So my son is here. He's almost American, right? He has half of Vietnamese blood in him, but he didn't grow up in Vietnam. He doesn't know the Vietnamese culture, but I know my culture deep. And when it comes to children's wedding, the cultural thing is just clash. And if I don't have awareness, I can't feel the hurt in here, right? Because the way the wedding is arranged in the American culture, I get hurt if I, because in my culture, the wedding is the ceremony where the parents have the privilege of inviting our friends first of all, parents, friends come first in my culture. Oh, let's come and celebrate. This is the fruit of what, like my son, my daughter, I raised them up. Now they are flying. This is their ceremony to get them on their path. And so, yes. So it's elders, elders, respect for elders. So, and then the American.
I don't want that people in my wedding.
You understand me, right? So now the American way is that the couples just think it is their wedding and their party and everything about them, and so they invite whoever they want, and I feel like I'm just another guest of theirs.
And it's what it is.
Yeah. So I feel like I am just another of their friends. They invite me just like they invite their friends. So then if I allow my cultural thing to get in here, I get deeply hurt inside. But then I try to understand him and then say, okay, that's how he grew up. And I need to have acceptance, understanding, and then I won't get hurt in here. So
it's pretty much for us, first generation immigrants. It is really difficult to see our culture fading to our kids and our grandkids, losing the language, losing everything.
It hurts. But I try to think about it and say it's their life, and they grow up here. They didn't grow up in Vietnam, and it's me who have to accept, because
and then you go back home and people question you, especially family.
Like,
what is it? This is happening to your family.
Yeah.
They almost make you feel guilty.
Why are you raising your kids this way?
They don't get it. They don't understand.
Yes.
You're very perceptive.
Yeah.
You're very perceptive.
Yeah.
Those are devotions.
Yeah.
And
but they don't understand though.
Yeah. So it's interesting, right? You're purposefully being compassionate in this situation. Son to his soon-to-be bride, but it's not always feeling like it's reciprocated. That's hard.
It's hard, but then that's where self-compassion comes in. That's why, I said I picked the topic when, depending on what goes on in my life at the office or here. But today I picked that topic because it's, pertains to me. I had to go back within myself and understand what's going on and understand my suffering and how do I reduce suffering. And and I can't really blame my son, right? I can't really blame him for
what you feel,
for not doing it the way that I would like him to do. Maybe a little bit of a mixture of American and Vietnamese, just a little bit of Vietnamese, but
ultimately the goal is to have,
as long as he's
day,
happy,
a happy day,
as
a
long
wonderful wedding,
as
and many grandchildren.
yes,
and not to let the stress of a marriage day, dampen any kind of good feelings.
A wedding.
Because I mean, I look at what he and Tammy are going through. It's a really stressful thing.
It's a stressful.
Especially on him because it's the bride's day. It's not about the groom. Right?
Right.
He's just there. That's her day. She's the princess.
Yes.
And so there's a lot of stress.
Yeah. The wedding is stressful.
Yes, I wish it wasn't that way.
Yes.
In my daughter's wedding 3 years ago, I hired a mariachi band as a surprise.
That's fun. Yeah.
So they arrived and they were like, "Oh, okay, great." My daughter says, "I hired them for 2 hours." She came like after 45 minutes.
Yeah.
I want the mariachi to go.
Yeah.
Because I have my DJ and I have my time, and they're taking too long. It's fun, 2, 3 songs, but I want them to go.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel so hurt.
Yeah.
So I paid for it, you did it, and people was having a lot of fun with the mariachi. actually.
Yeah.
Dancing, singing.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
American Mexicans. Everybody was there was enjoying it.
Yeah, you have to have the same understanding of the cultural expectation to really appreciate that, you know. And I mean, if someone does that, for me, culturally, I say, oh my God, I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed that these people are doing those things for me.
Right.
So that's how we think. But for people who don't understand the culture really well, it's hard for them to think that way. So we have to put ourselves in their shoes, so and try to understand, and then put out, you know, go back into ourselves and understand.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, those are learning experiences.
yeah. I mean, like my, you know, as my daughter would say, you know, oh mom, you chose to come to this country, so you chose to come to this country, so you need to, you know, accept and so on. But anyway,
Well,
with
that's
that,
logical. I mean, it's not exactly what you want to hear.
I know, but it's the truth. It's the truth. It is the truth.
Your kids will tell you that
yeah.
they get true.
Yes,
And it hurts.
yeah, it hurt, but then it's the truth, and we need to go. You know, we need to adapt. Yeah. Well, with that, we are going to practice. You know, a session of mindfulness meditation and use the deep breathing. Now, something I learned today too. When you do deep breathing, but it's not rhythmic, it's not as good. So the technique that you breathe, make sure that it is like rhythmic, not like it's too deep, but like this. There's no rhythm to it. And scientifically, when you breathe in the rhythmic way, it's more beneficial. Yeah. So like we talked about different ways of breathing, and there's this breathing like this, right?
Oh, yes.
Right?
What do they call it?
But if you do it as staccato or something like that, I can't remember. Yeah, it still has the rhythm to it, but you have to keep with that rhythm. You can't just do like this and then there's no rhythm to your breathing. Then they say it's just not very good. So whichever way you choose to breathe, try to keep to the rhythm. Okay, so all right, so I invite you to take a few deep breaths and close your eyes if that's what you prefer to do. And bring your awareness to your breathing so that when you breathe in, you know you're breathing in, and when you breathe out, you know you're breathing out. And as you breathe in and out, you know exactly how you breathe. Are you breathing slowly and deeply? Or are you breathing shallowly and fast? Have a full awareness of how you breathe. And as you breathe in and out, deeply and slowly with awareness, start bringing attention and awareness on all of your other senses. What you are seeing, hearing, tasting, feeling at this present moment. If you recognize any area of tension in your body, focus your awareness on that area. And with your deep breathing in and out, see how that sensation is changing with your practice. Are you able to let go of the tension? Or if you are having awareness of your positive feelings and sensations, such as you are feeling happy, elated, joyful, bring your awareness to that feeling and sensation and see how it affects you. Are you able to enjoy it fully, those positive feelings? Are you with yourself in this present moment? Do you have the awareness and understanding of where you are, how you are? Deep breath in and slow breath out. If you have awareness of your own suffering, spend a few moments exploring that suffering. Try to understand why you suffer. See how you can let go of that suffering internally. With no condition from the outside world. Direct self-compassion towards you. Talk to yourself as if you talk to your best friend. talk to yourself as if you have the best compassion for your best friend. We can say, I understand what you are going through. I feel your suffering. I hear your suffering. I see your suffering. And I want to help. When we have the awareness and understanding of the reasons causing our suffering, we can practice acceptance, seeing them for what they are. We can nurture them with the impermanence concept. And we can learn to let them go. When we see that moment of impermanence become fruitful. We see that reason for our suffering disappear, ends into emptiness. And with awareness, we can see or even imagine how we are when that occurs. We can feel so light when we let that down, let that suffering and burden down, let them go. We can talk to ourselves like we talk to a best friend. We can talk to our suffering and see it on its way like we are seeing our best friend. I wish you the best. I am sending my love with you on your way. Deep breath in slow breath out. In this moment of practicing self-compassion, we turn inwards and we listen to our inner beings with all of our senses. We can see and feel what we are going through. As we talk about the 4 pillars of the healthy mind, we understand that we always have connection between ourselves and other people and the outside world. And in cultivating self-compassion, we understand that we need to nurture the connection between ourselves and the outside world. And part of self-compassion is to take action, to take care of ourselves in a compassionate way. And in order to make the right action, we need to have the right awareness and the right understanding. In practicing giving and receiving compassion, we need to have awareness and insight. When we allow ourselves to receive compassion from others, we practice self-compassion. When we cultivate self-compassion, we can then practice giving compassion at the deeper level. Breathing in, we know we're breathing in. Breathing out, we know we are breathing out. Return to yourself, return to this present moment, return to your awareness and know what's going on in all of the six senses. As you practice self-compassion, you may express the wish of the same for others. Breathing in, may I be at peace. Breathing out, may all living sentient beings be at peace. Breathing in, may I be loved. Breathing out, may all living sentient beings be loved. Breathing in, may I be healthy. Breathing out, may all living sentient beings be healthy. In, may I be happy. Breathing out, may all living sentient beings be happy. Breathing in, may I reduce my suffering. Breathing out, may all living sentient beings be reducing suffering. Breathing in, I feel peace. Breathing out, I pray for peace for the world. Breathing in, I feel that I have suffered less. Breathing out, I pray everyone in the world suffer less. Breathing in, I feel myself filled up with joy and happiness through my practice. Breathing out, I send that joy and happiness to the world and pray that everyone else will receive it. Breathing in, I am aware that I am energy. Breathing out, I am aware that my energy affects others. Breathing in, I am developing good energy within myself. And breathing out, I am letting go of this source of good energy to the world. Through this practice, I have clear understanding of how I am part of the universe and how I can affect the people who come into connection with me. I practice self-compassion so that I can affect other people around me in a positive way. I am aware that this present moment of mindfulness meditation benefits both myself and others. And I am committed to my practice. Deep, slow breath in. Long, slow breath out. Return to this present moment. Return to yourself. Return to your senses. Start opening your eyes. Move your fingers and feet if you want to. And come back to this space. There you are. Half an hour of practice.
With a little motorcycle direction.
Motorcycle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I feel good. Yes. No, yeah, we've been sitting on our nerves for too long. So just we can move around, stretch, let go of that pressure on our nerves. Slowly moving our body parts, stretch out, do whatever you like to do to help yourself to feel more comfortable. My feet are tingling. Okay. We can do a few rounds of walking meditation. That will help us to loosen up. Deep breath in and out. Continue to practice deep breathing. Move your legs. Huh? Your ribs are sore? Oh, better. Yeah. And twist and turn and swing and do whatever you like to feel joyful and elated and feeling good. Pat yourself on the back if you want to, or hug yourself. And stand up. You're okay. Feel good? Okay, let's walk. Do maybe 3 or 4 rounds and just listen to the bell. Enjoy the sound of the bell. Continue to explore yourself, your suffering, your happiness. Enjoy your steps, okay? Let's go. Continue to do deep breathing. See if you can be aware of your breaths. do one more round. Okay, well, we have a quick session of sharing experience or discussion, and we only have 3 people. So, how was your practice?
It was good. I enjoyed the topic. I think compassion is a pretty important topic.
You're welcome. How did you feel, Luz?
Good.
Good? Yeah? Yeah.
Being professional. Well, I think practice more.
Yes. Yeah. I feel good. I think I feel good. Better than when I came in. So
All the time.
all the time. All the time. I think I don't watch myself. I don't re-watch the sessions on, but I think I'm becoming more aware of the fact that I smile more after the session than before. Yes. Yeah. So I think it changes me for sure. So I need to practice more.
For
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope everybody is going to have a beautiful weekend. Enjoy the weather. Beautiful spring or summer weather. Hope it stays. And I pray that everybody will, continue to practice and cultivate love and compassion for yourself and your loved ones, and for everybody that you meet on your journey. And with that, enjoy the weekend. Namaste. Yeah.